California Native Americans were the first people to live in the area known as California. Californian tribes differed in their languages they spoke, the regions they lived in, and the foods they ate. California Native Americans lived all over the state. You ask, where did they live? They lived in all different kinds of ecological zones. Some California Native American tribes lived in the mountains or next to lakes. Isn't this amazing? Look at that view. Other tribes live next to the sea. Are you ready to get your feet wet? Here comes the water. Some California tribes live next to rivers. Look at this water coming down. Man, that's steep, that's pretty high. We don't want to fall. Look at how far that goes. Some California Native American tribes even lived in the desert. Look at this view. Man, you can see for miles and miles away. Next, we're going to learn about what kind of foods they ate. They ate many different varieties of plants, such as acorns, mushrooms, seaweed, flowering plants, seeds, berries, nuts, leaves, stems, and roots. What we got here is a dandelion. Dandelions are high in calcium, iron, vitamin A, and vitamin C. I bet you didn't know that. What we have here is some wild mushrooms. When eating wild mushrooms, you have to be really, really careful because mushrooms can be poisonous. What we have here is what some people call chicken of the woods. They say that because they say it tastes like chicken. I've never tested it out, and I don't know if I will. Acorns were a popular food for many tribes, especially during the harvest season. The reason why is because they were plentiful. For one reason is because they can be easily dried. And for another reason is they could be easily stored for the winter. I bet you're wondering, how did they pound down the acorns? Well, they used 3 different kinds of tools. They used mortars, pestles, and milling stones. In the next few photos, you're going to see some of the milling stations that I discovered in San Diego or in Southern California. Acorn pounding was hard work. They'd spend the entire day pounding acorns into meal. Once the acorn meal was pounded, it was carefully shifted into fine flour. Acorns contain a poison called tannic acid. Once all the acorns were pounded into the meal, the poison was then removed in order to make it safe to eat. There was a lot of steps in preparing acorns. I just gave you a few. On your own time, you can look up the other steps. Did you know that they also ate insects? Insects were gathered especially in the Great Basin area. Did you know they ate caterpillars? But you have to be careful with caterpillars as well. They could be poisonous. Look at this little guy. I wonder where he's heading. Some tribes enjoyed eating grasshoppers. They liked them dried and roasted. Watch out! This one looks like it's gonna jump. Foods that some tribes collected from the sea, rivers, and lakes. Groups that live near the ocean would eat clams, mussels, and crabs. They also hunted seals, sea lions, and sea otters. Crabs have 10 legs, and just like this guy, they have a distinctive sideways walk. Did you know that mussels are filter feeders? This means they filter the water for plankton, microscopic plants, and animals floating around in the ocean. Look at this little guy, trying to hide from you. Fish, such as salmon, trout, and eel, were often the main animal food for many of the tribes in California. The reason is because fish was easily dried and can be stored. Small animals. What kind of tracks do you think these are? I'll give you a second look. If you said rabbit, you're correct. Small animals were plentiful, and many groups ate rabbit, rats, squirrels, mice, and even chipmunks. Looky here, we got a brush rabbit just eating some grass. Look at the ears on this jackrabbit. Did you know jackrabbits can be 2 feet in length and weigh up to 3 to 9 pounds? Ah, look at this little squirrel, just munching on some seeds. Look at this squirrel. He looks like Hercules. Did you know squirrels zigzag so they can escape from predators? Small animals that were plentiful to eat. Rabbits, rats, squirrels, mice, and chipmunks. Large animals that Native Americans hunted. I wonder what animal these tracks belong to. I'll give you a hint. You can find them in the woodlands, in meadows, in the grasslands. What do you think? What animal do you think it is? If you said deer, you're correct. I got pretty lucky on this photo. They usually scatter off. They don't let you get this close. Shh, be really quiet. Oh, they saw us. Look at them take off. The next big animal that Native Americans hunted were the bighorn sheep. Look at this big male. Bighorn sheep are hard to spot because they blend in with the background or landscape. Large animals Native Americans hunted in California were deer, elk, antelope, mountain sheep, and even bear. Next, we're going to talk about rock art. Rock art consists of symbols put on rocks by humans. The symbol may be either abstract or realistic, or a combination of both. What you see here is a pictograph. This is a symbol. They were painted on rocks, or in caves, or even shelters. Check out these pictographs. I discovered these in Joshua Tree on one of my hiking trails. Take a good look. Let's go explore. The Native Americans used the natural resources around them to create all these colors. These next pictographs I discovered in Anza-Borrego Desert. Let's get closer. People believe they used the rock art to document their history, or they used it for ceremonies. Common colors used were red, yellow, black, white, blue, or green. Thank you for watching, and until next time.